Winter has arrived, and with it comes an ever-increasing threat: power outages sweeping across the United States. The big question is, are you truly prepared to face the worst-case scenarios? And more importantly, what happens if you live in one of the most dangerous states for a winter blackout? Welcome back to Preppers Community. In today's video, we're diving deep into the 10 states you absolutely need to avoid during a winter blackout. We'll also share essential tips to keep you and your family safe if you find yourself in one of these high-risk areas. Before we get started, don't forget to hit the like button to support our channel. If you're passionate about staying prepared, make sure to subscribe to Preppers Community and tap that notification bell so you never miss out on critical survival strategies. Let's get started! Winter blackouts aren't just an inconvenience. They're a serious threat. Over the past few years, we've witnessed record-breaking storms and infrastructure failures that have left millions vulnerable. Take 2021, for example. Texas experienced a catastrophic power grid failure during one of the coldest winters on record, plunging millions into darkness for days. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So, what makes some states more dangerous than others during a winter blackout? It boils down to three key factors: extreme weather conditions, outdated or poorly maintained infrastructure, and a lack of adequate preparation. Let's unpack this issue state by state and show you why staying informed can make all the difference. Number 10. Missouri faces a unique and dangerous challenge during winter: ice storms. These storms might not grab headlines like hurricanes or tornadoes, but they are equally destructive. Ice storms coat power lines and tree branches with thick layers of ice, often causing them to snap under the weight. This can lead to widespread blackouts that leave hundreds of thousands of residents without power for days, sometimes weeks. Man, but the danger doesn't stop there. When power is out, heating systems fail, roads become treacherous, and emergency responses slow to a crawl. Imagine being stuck in freezing temperatures without access to heat or reliable communication. And if you live in Missouri, preparation isn't just a good idea, it's essential. Start by ensuring your generator is not only functional but fueled and ready to go. Consider investing in a propane or kerosene heater, as these can be lifesavers during extended outages. Insulate your home to retain as much heat as possible, and stock up on non-perishable food and water. Remember, in Missouri, when the ice starts to form, it's already too late to prepare. Number 9. North Dakota. North Dakota is a land of extremes, especially in winter. While the stunning snowy landscapes might look like something out of a postcard, the reality for residents is far from picturesque. Temperatures frequently plunge below zero, with wind chills that can drop to an unbearable -40 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. At these temperatures, exposed skin can freeze in minutes, and without a reliable source of heat, hypothermia can set in quickly. Adding to the challenge, North Dakota's rural nature means many communities are isolated, and power restoration efforts can take days. Roads can become impassable due to blizzards, making it nearly impossible for emergency crews to reach affected areas in time. Imagine being stranded in your own home with no heat, no power, and no way to call for help. Man. If you live in North Dakota, ask yourself this: how would you keep your home warm and your family safe during an extended blackout? Start by insulating your home thoroughly, especially around windows and doors, to minimize heat loss. Invest in a high-quality wood-burning stove or a propane heater as a backup heating source, and ensure proper ventilation to avoid carbon monoxide poisoning. Keep a supply of heavy blankets, winter clothing, and sleeping bags designed for extreme temperatures. And don't forget to stock up on essentials like water, non-perishable food, and backup lighting options. In North Dakota, preparation isn't just smart, it's survival. Number 8. Alabama. Surprised to see Alabama on this list? It's true, most people don't associate this southern state with harsh winters. But when Alabama does get hit by winter storms, the effects can be devastating. The state's infrastructure is built for heat and humidity, not ice and snow. So, when freezing rain or rare snowstorms strike, power lines become overloaded, roads turn into sheets of ice, and emergency services struggle to keep up. In Alabama, the unpreparedness amplifies the danger. With resources stretched thin and recovery efforts often delayed, residents are left to fend for themselves. If you live in Alabama, now is the time to prepare for the unexpected. Stock up on essentials like non-perishable food, clean drinking water, and backup heating options such as propane or kerosene heaters. Don't forget to include a portable battery bank for your devices and a first aid kit. Alabama might not see winter storms often, but when they come, they can be catastrophic for those unprepared. Number 7. Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's rolling hills and dense forests may look picturesque in the winter, but these same features turn into hazards during snow and ice storms. The state's aging power grid is a major concern, as it struggles to keep up with the demands of modern life. Combine that with heavy snowfalls and freezing rain that snap tree branches like twigs, and you have a recipe for prolonged power outages. Ice-covered trees collapsing onto power lines are a common sight during Pennsylvania winters, leaving entire neighborhoods without electricity for days. For residents, the key to surviving these outages is preparation. A wood-burning stove can be a game-changer, offering a reliable source of heat and even a way to cook meals. Stock up on seasoned firewood and ensure your chimney is cleaned and ready for use. Additionally, think about your home's insulation. Simple steps like sealing gaps around doors and windows or using thermal curtains can help retain heat during a blackout. Don't forget to have flashlights, batteries, and a battery-powered radio to stay connected to important weather updates. Pennsylvania's winters are as challenging as they are beautiful, and being ready for the worst can make all the difference. Number 6. Illinois. Illinois, situated in the heart of the Midwest, experiences some of the harshest winters in the United States. The state regularly faces heavy snowstorms, ice buildup, and freezing temperatures that test the resilience of its residents and infrastructure. These extreme conditions place significant stress on an aging power grid, leading to prolonged blackouts. For families in Illinois, the combination of snow-covered roads and sub-zero temperatures can turn a power outage into a life-threatening situation almost overnight. What makes Illinois particularly vulnerable is the frequency of overloaded power grids during severe weather. With heating systems running at full capacity, the demand for electricity often surpasses what the grid can handle. The result? Widespread outages at the worst possible time. Imagine being stuck in your home with no heat, no light, and no way to stay connected to emergency services or loved ones. Preparation in Illinois isn't just smart, it's essential. Start by creating a detailed backup heating plan. A kerosene or propane heater can provide critical warmth, but always ensure you have proper ventilation to avoid the risks of carbon monoxide poisoning. Insulate your home as much as possible. Seal cracks around doors and windows. Use draft stoppers and hang thermal curtains to retain heat. Prepare an emergency kit stocked with non-perishable food, bottled water, a battery-powered radio, and flashlights with extra batteries. For those who can, investing in a backup generator can be a lifesaver during extended outages. Illinois winters are unforgiving, but with proactive planning, you can protect yourself and your family. Number 5. Michigan. Michigan, with its proximity to the Great Lakes, is no stranger to extreme winter weather. Lake-effect snowstorms are a regular occurrence, dumping massive amounts of snow that paralyze entire regions. On top of that, the state frequently experiences ice storms that coat power lines, trees, and roads in a thick, dangerous layer of ice. Michigan's power infrastructure, while resilient in some areas, often struggles under the weight of these intense weather events. Power outages here aren't just common. They're expected during the harshest months of the year. When the power goes out in Michigan, residents face more than just an inconvenience. Freezing temperatures can quickly turn a home into an icebox, and hypothermia becomes a very real threat. Emergency services are often overwhelmed, with icy roads and blocked pathways delaying assistance. For families relying on electricity for heat, light, and cooking, an extended outage can feel like an uphill battle. To prepare for Michigan's brutal winters, start by focusing on heat and insulation. A wood-burning stove or kerosene heater is invaluable for staying warm, but ensure you stock up on fuel well in advance. Insulating your home is another critical step. Use weather stripping around doors and windows. Hang heavy blankets over entryways, and block drafts to conserve as much heat as possible. In addition to heating, backup power is a must. A solar or gas-powered generator can keep essential appliances running, giving you peace of mind during extended outages. Prepare a robust emergency kit with enough supplies to last at least a week. Non-perishable food, bottled water, flashlights, batteries, and a first aid kit. Don't forget warm clothing, extra blankets, and sleeping bags rated for extreme cold. Michigan winters are as beautiful as they are dangerous, but with the right preparations, you can face them with confidence and resilience. Number 4, Georgia. Georgia might not come to mind when you think of harsh winters, but that's precisely what makes it so vulnerable. Winter weather in Georgia is rare, which means the state's infrastructure and residents are often caught unprepared when icy storms and freezing temperatures strike. Unlike states in the north where homes are built to endure cold climates, Many homes in Georgia lack proper insulation and heating systems designed to handle extreme cold. As a result, even a short blackout during winter can escalate into a major crisis. When ice coats power lines and trees, widespread outages follow. Add icy roads to the mix, and emergency services face significant delays in reaching those in need. Georgia's occasional winter storms can disrupt life in ways that residents are simply not accustomed to handling. If you live in Georgia, preparation is key. Start by building an emergency kit with enough food, water, and essential supplies to last at least a week. Include items like portable heaters, hand warmers, and insulated blankets to help you stay warm during an outage. A reliable backup power source, such as a generator or battery packs, can make a world of difference. Don't forget to insulate vulnerable areas of your home, like windows and doors, to keep the cold out. Georgia's winters may be infrequent, but when they hit, they can be catastrophic for those who aren't ready. Number 3. New York. New York is a state of contrasts, and its winters are no exception. From the towering skyscrapers of New York City to the vast, snowy expanses of upstate, the state faces a wide range of challenges during winter blackouts. Heavy snowfalls, freezing rain, and high winds are all common, and these conditions wreak havoc on power lines and infrastructure. Urban areas like NYC often experience gridlock during snowstorms, with public transportation grinding to a halt and streets becoming impassable. Meanwhile, rural areas can find themselves isolated for days with limited access to help or supplies. During a blackout in New York, the cold becomes more than just uncomfortable. It becomes dangerous. Hypothermia and frostbite are real risks, especially for those who lose heat in their homes. Without power, residents in both urban and rural settings must rely on their preparedness to get through. To protect yourself during a New York winter blackout, invest in a solar-powered generator or another reliable backup power source. These can keep critical devices running and provide light when the grid goes down. Insulate your home to conserve heat, and stock up on essentials like non-perishable food, bottled water, flashlights, and batteries. In rural areas, ensure you have enough firewood or fuel for alternative heating sources like wood stoves or kerosene heaters. For urban dwellers, portable power banks and extra warm clothing can be life-saving. New York winters demand respect and preparation. Don't be caught off guard. Number 2, California. California might not seem like an obvious choice for this list, but hear me out. While the state isn't known for snowstorms, its power grid struggles year-round due to aging infrastructure and the growing strain of extreme weather events. Even in winter, blackouts are a common occurrence, especially in areas prone to heavy rains, high winds, or sudden cold snaps. California's reliance on renewable energy sources, while progressive, sometimes creates additional challenges during peak demand. The risk in California isn't just about losing power, it's about the ripple effects. Imagine going without electricity in a state where many rely on electric heating or live in areas that can become isolated during mudslides or storms. Without preparation, even a short blackout can lead to discomfort, and longer outages can become life-threatening. Preppers in California must focus on alternative power sources. Solar-powered generators are a top choice, as they align well with the state's abundant sunlight. Backup water supplies are equally critical, as water systems can fail during extended outages. Insulating your home, stocking up on non-perishable foods, and having a battery-powered radio for updates are essential steps. California might not freeze often, but its infrastructure issues make it a high-risk state during any kind of blackout. Number 1, Texas. When it comes to winter blackouts, Texas tops the list for good reason. The infamous 2021 blackout exposed the vulnerabilities of the state's isolated power grid, leaving millions without heat or electricity during a historic freeze. Texas's energy grid, which is largely independent from the rest of the country, wasn't designed to handle prolonged cold temperatures. When the freeze hit, the grid buckled, plunging countless residents into freezing darkness. The lessons from 2021 are clear. Texans must be prepared for the unexpected. Freezing temperatures can return, and the state's infrastructure is still catching up. To stay safe, Texans need a multi-layered plan. Start with a reliable generator to power essential appliances and heating systems during an outage. Stockpile warm clothing, thick blankets, and sleeping bags rated for sub-zero temperatures. Propane or kerosene heaters can provide much-needed warmth, but always use them with proper ventilation. Don't forget about water supplies. During the 2021 blackout, many Texans faced water shortages as pipes froze and burst. Store enough bottled water for at least a week, and consider installing insulation around exposed pipes to prevent freezing. Texas winters may not always be severe, but when they are, they demand respect and preparation. Being proactive now can save you from hardship later. Now that you know the 10 states most at risk, let's talk about how to protect yourself if you're caught in a blackout. Here are some quick tips. Heat your home safely. Invest in a non-electric heater and ensure proper ventilation to avoid carbon monoxide poisoning. Stockpile essentials. Water, canned food, and high-calorie snacks are must-haves. Insulate your space. Use heavy curtains, door draft stoppers, and blankets to keep warm. Light the way. Keep flashlights and batteries handy to navigate during power outages. Stay informed. A battery-powered radio can keep you updated on weather and emergency alerts. And don't forget the golden rule of prepping. Always have a plan. So, there you have it. The 10 states you should avoid during a winter blackout and how to prepare if you can't. Remember, it's not about fear. It's about being ready for whatever comes your way. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to Preppers Community. Join thousands of others who are taking steps to stay prepared and stay safe. Don't forget to share this video with friends and family who need to see it. Together we can all weather the storm. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay prepared.